Good morning, everybody, and a very Merry Christmas to everybody. I had a bit of a brain fart last night. I sold all my presents, and I realised I didn't really have anything of of note. So I'm going to open a couple now to see if I was right. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty glad. Based on that, I'm glad I sold my presents for snow. These are going to be really low. So yeah, I'm kind of glad I went that route. So the reasoning behind it is um, we're hoping the market's going to crash, and we made a mistake yesterday not buying the Creed Humphrey, and he's gone up in value. We wanted to get this guy. He was on for 800k. So we've missed the boat a little bit there. But I think as people open presents today, obviously in the UK it's 11:36 in the AM, so um, it's very early on the East Coast. I think it's like what 5 hours behind, so not everybody's started to open their presents yet. So if we have a look at ghosts just to see what's in the mix. But yeah, we ended up getting snow. We didn't have many decent gifts. We just didn't have any. 3 years ago or 2 years ago when we played Madden 23, we had loads of the lavish and the fancy gifts and ended up getting lots of 93s. But in all honesty, I would rather get the players that I'm after because the market crashes anyway. So we've got this snow to be able to get some players. The only dilemma that I really had was should I sell my Dion and get Dion as the bind, um, because we know that we're not going to be able to move him on. But in all honesty, I think my flirt with Madden is nearly over for this year. I think that we're probably only going to play it into Jan. Um, I don't know what it is. I think that because we've got lots of other things that I'd like to share with you guys. But yeah, we're starting to see. Here we go. So we're starting to see a lot of these Peyton Mannings and Drake Mays hitting for really really low prices. In all honesty, so I think that some of the gifts were these guys. Most of them are usually ghosts. I'd be very surprised if there were Team Diamonds in there, or at least not many. Um, but yeah, we're looking to get this Devondre Sweat. So I don't know if we've got a cheap. Or we've got Chris Lindstrom. So the hope is we're going to be able to either buy some of these players for super cheap, or we're going to buy what we need from Snow. So yeah, I mean, I'm pleased that I've actually gone this route now, because I don't think I could looking at it. I don't think I could have sold them this morning. So we've now got 18,000 Snow, which means we will be able to go and get a 93 fantasy pack and a 93 bind. This is the one that I was thinking about buying Dion and then selling my copy of Dion, so that if he is in the packs, we know we're going to be keeping Dion for a while because he's a 49er and he's at wide receiver. But we bought him for 700, and I think that the market's going to crash now. So what I'm going to probably end up doing is getting the left tackle out of this. But I don't know if there's going to be more zero chill coming. So I don't know when the snow ends. I mean, I'll be annoyed if this store goes away. I would have thought that this is still going to be here right up until the end of the promo. At least one would hope. So we're going to see what happens in the market. I figured I'd rather get the players that I'm looking to get rather than take a risk on presents and then have to sell them because if we look at what we've just purchased or what we've opened, so the scary presents, you're looking at we had about 7 of these, so we'd have had like 21k from those. Small presents, we probably got lucky with this one. I don't know what they would top out as, but even then, we've only got like 8k. So with the presents, I think that we wouldn't have bought, we'd have been lucky to have made 400k. And we've got some other stuff that we got out of packs yesterday that we're gonna sell. So we've got some more snow here, so we could buy some more presents. I think that we're gonna quick sell these guys for snow. Get 500, another few. Oh yeah, you don't get much for the bind ones, do you? Let's have a look. I think we got this out of a. Can't remember what we got that out of now. I think we purchased the premium pass, didn't we? But we got Kelvin Johnson. That was the news yesterday. So we got Kelvin Johnson, wide receiver. So we've slotted him in instead of the what's his name, Chad Johnson. We've put Kelvin Johnson in because obviously he's going to get those boosts. But yeah, I mean the team's looking pretty decent. I think even if Zero Chill was over and we lose these boosts, because this is sort of where the thing that we're gonna lose at some point is the boosts from these guys. Now the other thing is I didn't realise we could upgrade these guys with snow as well. So if we've got a lot of snow left, this is what we're probably going to do. We're going to upgrade these guys. I think that this is the problem. The 9th. Oh yeah, so it's the 9th these end. So until the 9th. So this is why we're probably going to want to be selling a lot of these guys on around the 4th or the 5th. So we've got 2 weeks pretty much of this, and then we'll sell all of the guys that we've got, and yeah, I mean we could. It might be nice to upgrade some of these, but you're looking at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're looking at like nearly 10k to get these guys up to 93. But that's what we're going to be going for. We've got Mut draft to do. We haven't done any of those. We've got a couple of tokens now, so that looks good. But yeah, we got the Calvin Johnson here to go along with the CD Lamb and the Dion. And that was sort of the question is, do I buy my 5,000 snow? Do I buy Dion and then list Dion and then use the proceeds from Dion to buy the left tackle? And then what we wanted to get was that Creed Humphrey, because we changed our mind. I thought he's a 94. He's probably going to be. He's a limited as well. When he was up for 800, we should have bought him yesterday. That we would have ended up having a 97 centre that would have sort of been there till end game. And he's a Chief. If we decide to sell the team and go Chiefs chemistry, because let's face it, they're going to the Super Bowl. So that was sort of the thought process. I would expect that we would still get some Zero Chill boosts afterwards. So, we might not be seeing these 96 players across the board, but we might get to see these 93s become 94s. And they're still going to be a pretty decent bunch, but the mixture of teams here means that it becomes quite difficult to keep your your theme teams going. But yeah, that's what we were going to do. The logic was we get the left tackle, and then we get one of the centres, either Creed Humphrey or the Dallas centre. Now, the reason I don't fancy the Dallas centre is because your centre, their awareness raises the lowest awareness of your other players. So if we look here, he's got an 86 awareness, this guy. So if we look at Dominic Puny, I mean, we're probably not going to be able to see it here. Awareness, where's awareness? 75. So apparently, because his awareness is so low, it gets raised by the centre. So I don't know how true that is. That's just a rumor that I'd heard. But yeah, I mean, the other thing we might do is we might actually get I think it's Lindstrom, the right guard. We could potentially get Lindstrom in here, but we're going to lose a 49er chemistry again. Now, we've got a few Cowboys in here that we can replace. So on defence, for example, what we're probably going to end up doing is replacing this Trevon Diggs and buying the what's his name, the Richard Sherman. So I think this is what's going to happen. We're going to have a bit of fun over the next couple of days. We're going to see what happens with presents. We need to be got some visiting to do. I've got to pop round to the parents about 2:00 to do gifts, and my missus is pretty poorly at the moment. She's got norovirus, so we're trying to sort of get the dinner cooked as well. It's probably not going to be done until later today. But yeah, it's been a really bad end to the year, to be honest, with with illness and stuff. Yeah, so I'm trying to think now. Is he a legend? I think Sherman's a legend, isn't he? Yeah, there we go. So we really want to get his 93. I mean, for that money, 329. I'm going to buy him. I'm going to buy him now. 330. I think that we're starting to see that he's coming in packs. I mean, I don't mind getting this guy slotted in. It makes the team look a bit better, and I think that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to try and gun it for Creed Humphrey is what we're going to do. What we're going to do for now is we're gonna put Sherman for Lenore, just to see what he gets. So yeah, straight up to a 96 there, and I mean that's the legend boost that we've got there. So we're going to upgrade him and give him the his proper chemistry. We all know Richard Sherman's actually a real 49er rather than a C chicken. And then we're going to have some pretty decent zero. Oh no, we aren't going to get no zero AP stuff on him, are we? So that's the downside to these legends. You're not getting any discounted buckets, but I mean he's a 97, so we're going to be looking pretty hot there with the overalls. Having Richard Sherman, I think. I think it might be that we're going to put him. Well, this is the thing now. You see, it's like where do we put Sherm? He's got 97 speed. You know, I don't. That Lamar card has been playing well, but I think we've got to put him at. I think we've got to replace Lamar with the Richard Sherman, and but yeah, these legends being as that he's a 49er, and then we're going to swap Trevon Diggs with Hang on, who's QB5 with Lamar? There we go. So a secondary is looking pretty hot. We got 96, 97, 97, and then what the plan is probably going to be, as I said, is we're probably going to replace Trevon Diggs and put Diamador Lenore back in there. And then, because we've got Sherm replacing Trevon Diggs, essentially, we've got a plus 149er. What that might allow us to do is replace Pooney. We'll probably sell Pooney, to be honest. But I think, like I said, Christmas present opening, everything's going to tank. But the aim is going to be we get this left tackle from Snow, and this is what I mean. We're going to question what we do here. I mean, we've got like a 90 overall Snow as well. We could sell Puny. We could sell Dion. Get Dion out of the base one. Get Puny out of the 91. And they're bind 49ers that are, they'll either eventually become a backup or they'll be depth wide receiver, because he's going to be on the team until I stop playing Madden at this point. That this Dion card, you've got a lot of options. You don't need all of your receivers to be 90s like I've got here. Ed McCaffrey is obviously going to fall off at some point, but yeah, that's the plan. And then once we get the left tackle, we'll deconstruct Staley. What we will do is sell Aubrey and build Elam, and we'll make Elam a 49er as well. And then I think that gives us the ability to then replace Ndamukong Suh with a defensive tackle. So we'll get a ghost defensive tackle. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at getting a centre, a left tackle, and a defensive tackle to replace Ndamukong Suh. We also got the another Champions token yesterday, so we've also got a second option. The middle linebacker spot, I don't really ever. The second middle linebacker doesn't usually see the field because of the sub linebacker. But, I think we're in a position now where the team's looking pretty strong. And then on the 7th, anybody that's that we can sell, we're gonna sell all these zero chill guys. Now, I think the likelihood is the market's going to be flooded with these, and people are going to start selling them at some point. So I reckon I'm going to use these until maybe this time next week. Have a good solid bash at playing games head to head over the next week, and then we'll start listing these guys, and anybody that isn't a 49er will be sold. I think Legends as well. I think that we may as well get everybody sold and see what coin total we've got. I think altogether we've got probably about 12 or 13 of these guys that we could sell. So if we say we're going to get 350 for them, we're looking at about 4, so 350 times by 13. We're looking at about 4.5 million, 5.5 million, 6. So we should be at about 6.5 million, and that should be more than enough to either buy our original team back and still have a big chunk of change, or it might be that we just have a look to see what these players potentially look like after. But right now, our weakness is the interior of the defensive line. So that's what we're going to try and address. So we're probably going to keep Breezy just for now, but put him at DT2, and then we'll get one of the ghost defensive tackles in there. But yeah, it's sort of keeping an eye on the auction house today and seeing what's coming up in terms of the players that we need. And it's only really Creed, I think, that we're looking at buying. I'm hoping that we get one lower than this. Really kicking myself now. We could have had him yesterday. Had had a million in the bank still, and then we would have probably gone down to about 500k, but we'd have had pretty much not best in slot because obviously the team diamonds are still knocking around, but I think that's the other thing as well is looking for the team diamonds and seeing how present opening is going to affect these guys. So I mean, we're still sort of at the 2 million mark for these. I mean, after zero chill, these are going to become relevant again. Um, so if you start seeing these team diamonds drop sub a million, they're going to be well worth getting. Um, I don't know too much about how the chemistry works on these guys, but yeah, needless to say, we're not going to be buying any of those yet. Um, but yeah, that's sort of where we are. I don't know if we're getting some more players coming as well. I've heard that we're going to be getting some more of these guys, more ghosts. I've heard that there's a limited J. Brown 49er coming. But yeah, it's like this stuff here, the Dominic Puny. I think if we sold him and we sold the Cowboys kicker, I think we're just gonna come away from the Dallas chemistry now at this point. I think that we got we got a little bit sidetracked when we saw that what's his name, the CD Lamb zero chill card we won. We got a bit sidetracked with it, and I think trying to get that 99 speed doesn't really matter. We got that Dion as well. I'm not actually seeing Dion's card here actually. I mean, I'm wondering. This is why I didn't want to. I didn't want to sort of. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to sell him because we bought him for 700 and he's now 471 because we probably should have waited. I don't want to sell him for a loss and have to mess around deconstructing him. So I don't think I'm going to worry too much about the binds. I think that there's enough. If we get the left, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to get the left tackle out of our bind because he's going to be on the team for a while. Or I'm just thinking out loud here, what are the positions that we could get? I mean, it could be that we just wait and open. It's because it's 5,000 snow for a bind that we're not going to be able to. If we carry on with 49ers chemistries, we're not necessarily going to be using him. All right, let's have a look at the defensive tackle that are on offer. So yeah, Devondre Sweat is who we are looking at getting, but we're probably going to buy this dude. We're going to buy this dude, and if we can get Creed for cheap, and then we get the left tackle. Yeah, I'm trying to think now. The left tackle. But yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on how this goes. I think that the market is probably going to drop throughout the day. So you're definitely going to be able to fill your boots. It's just whether or not, like I said, I'm kicking myself with Creed because when he was like 700 yesterday or 800, and I should have bought him. But I mean, I'm not gonna worry about losing a few K here and there. It would have just been we would have knew that Creed would have been on the team at centre for a decent time. Fredericks, I think, is the ghost centre, the 93. The reason I don't like him is because of his awareness. If we look at Creed's awareness, he's a 91, and if we compare that to the the Ghost. I think he's like an 88. So we definitely want to get this Creed Humphrey. We'll definitely be. I mean, there's more coming on the auction house now. I'm hoping that it'll start to sort of tail downwards, and we can pick him up for cheap. So we'll probably have a look in the app throughout the day to see if he appears. The other thing that we can do in the store, excuse me, is to so yeah, just to recap, we're going to go this one and this one. So we've got 19k, so 19,529. We've already bought a stock-in thing. 5065. So we'll have about 2k left once we've bought this and this, which means we could potentially buy a couple of these mystery stockings. We could have a look. I don't know which one would be better. I don't know what that contains. One large present or better, player present or a program. What's that? One mystery present. Does it tell you what is in there? See, we don't even know. It could be bad. And then extra large stockings. What do you get? One extra large present, player present or a program present. So yeah, I don't know what program present is, but it's a lot of snow. This is what I mean. It's like you're getting a guaranteed player that you need here. And if we do end up taking the left tackle here, it's a position that we know we're going to need. Now, we could still do what I said. If we do find that Dion is in here, we could buy the Dion as a bind, sell the Dion that we've got for well, we're probably only going to see 300k. But because it's relative, if the market's crashed, we'll be able to get one of the guys that we want that we can then sell later on once the market recovers, hopefully. So that's sort of the thought process behind it. But if anybody's thinking about who to get at this pack, that Dion is absolutely cracked. I was never able to score those. That's interesting as well. How has Malik Mustafa got to 97? Is there some like? That's interesting. I never noticed that before. I didn't realise he had gone up to 97. He definitely wasn't 97 before. That's interesting. Wonder if there's some like Christmas Day boosts that's happening, but I mean that's sort of where we are, guys. This I don't see as weak. We could get a left outside linebacker, but honestly, we're pretty pleased with Khalil Mack being in there. The Sean Taylor card isn't bad, especially with Lurker on. I think that this is where our weakness is. This is what we've got to address. The Nick Bosa card just hasn't played well for me, in all honesty. I think that we're going to get to a position where we get everything that we need, and then today's it's always a strange day, Christmas Day with the market. It probably won't be until sort of later today, probably about 5 o'clock after dinner, that we get a fair reflection of what's going on in the store. I'm really pleased we've got this Richard Sherman. These legend boosts are really, really good, and that's what's going to allow us to make some moves and get some other players in here. This Lamar's good, but he's probably not going to last on the team for a long time. For a long time, just because. Unless we go with the Ravens chemistry later on. But we've got so many options with binds here that when we do sell all the guys that we can sell before the zero chill stuff ends, we're gonna have a decent sort of still a serviceable team to do all the things that we want to do. And even if we just bought our old team back, A lot of these guys we're not going to sell because they're 49ers anyway. Like this Mel Renfro, for example, he's a cowboy. We're not going to go with cowboys chemistries now, but while we're getting these boosts, it's fine. We're probably going to get rid of him. I think Haywood is a bind. I'm just trying to think now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we've got 14. And then with the legends, 15. So yeah, I think when it comes to us selling these, we're going to end up keeping all of our 49ers and any of the ones that are bound, and we're still going to have like about 6 million back in the bank. And that's the only thing that we don't know what we're going to do with the Dion, whether or not we're going to use the snow. I mean, we've got the snow anyway. The presents that we had yesterday would have been rubbish. I mean, we've already seen that. We had scaries, so I think it's what I said, that we had unstoppables. I think we'd have been lucky to have seen 100k, especially with the crash that's going to happen. I'd rather take what is it, the bird in the hand's worth two in the bush. We didn't have any player presence, and to be honest, we had a decent amount of cash to be able to do this stuff anyway. And yeah, as I said before, we're a running team. That's what we're about, and we're going to get back to getting all these big bods on the line. We've got power, pass protector, power. So we're looking pretty good across the board there. But if we get this left tackle replaced with the Ghost, he's going to go to 96. We deconstruct Joe Staley, and then what we do is we hopefully can get Creed for a cheaper price later on. If we can get him for 8, that'd leave 900k then to hopefully pick up 2 defensive tackles. And then if we sell Dion and buy Dion out of the 5k bind, and we get Dion listed, we're going to be able to use that money, because we won't get rid of Dion if he's a bind. We'd keep him, but it gives us another player that could potentially go up in value after. And the hope is that it's relative, that we're going to lose like 10% of the tax off this Dion. But I don't want to sell him until I open the pack. We'll see what's in there, and if he's in there, we'll contemplate buying him, selling this one, and then once we get the money back from this Dion, we can then filter that back in then to either. We're going to, as I said, we're probably going to sell this Dominic Puny for 100k. And then if we do have enough money to get the another 96 in here, we're going to be 96 across the board on the offensive line. Hockenson, he's actually a pretty decent blocking tight end as well. It would be nice to get another tight end in here, but we're going to lose this chemistry. The hope is we get another Kittle that's a bit more serviceable, and then we can build our money back by playing head to head. So we're going to try and sort of set a goal to play a decent amount of head to heads throughout the season, throughout the next few weeks with this team. So yeah, exciting times. I think the team building part and the planning is always the bit that excites me. And we've got the cowboy kicker to sell as well. I don't know what he's going for now. So yeah, he's dropped in value a bit, but we're going to get 100k for him, maybe 100k for Puny, and then that's like a couple 100k, and yeah, keep an eye out for Creed. And I'm not too, in all honesty, I'm not too bothered. I said this before. We had a decent amount of coins, but there's no point in having these coins like I did 2 years ago. and I didn't invest in the team. You may as well invest. We've got till the 9th. Actually, let's just check that to see, because that's the bit that I'm not sure about. Where would it be? Team. So I want to see when these buckets freeze or unfreeze. I'm sure it said the 7th. Here we go. No, the 9th. Yeah. So we got 9, 5, what, 16 days. 16 days. So yeah, if you are opening presents, guys, good luck. Hope you get some decent stuff. I'd be interested to see, what everybody gets. There's probably a load of videos up already, and I haven't checked Reddit yet, but I'm sure that we'll see a lot of people either happy or annoyed with what they've got. But yeah, to be keeping an eye on these ghosts. I think I'm going to still keep an eye on what's going on with some of these ghosts. If you do see some that's ridiculously cheap, I think I'm going to jump in and buy them. It's like even we could get this JC Latham at left tackle and probably get a better boost than we've got with Staley. So there's a lot of options here, and yeah, it'd be exciting to sort of see how the team performs a bit later. Obviously, these Drake Mays and these Peyton Mannings were in packs, because there are absolutely loads of them on there. This Sean Alexander possibly as well. So I think that people are going to be a bit disappointed. I'm getting the feeling that people will be disappointed with this. We've got the Devondre Sweat there for 428, so we'll keep an eye out for him. If he drops any further, we're gonna go with that. Let's just have a quick look at this Sanders. Part of me thinks we could basically list him now. 484. It's like if we listed him a bit higher, and try and get our money back for him, somebody might still buy him, and then we could get him out of the buying pack. But it is a bit of a risk. We're going to lose. Well, let's have a look. Actually, while we're here, let's have a look at what he's got, because I'm feeling that this is the right thing to do. Right, it's only going to cost us 5 training. 5 training. So I think that's what we will probably end up doing. Right, let's remove this. I think we're going to sell him. It doesn't hurt to list him higher. Right, auction. List him for 8. Oh, hang on. If we list him for 8. I mean, we should look actually. What did we get him for? Yeah, see, we 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 went too early. But this stuff happens. Don't ever be afraid to make some changes. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he's in the packs. $652. Right, let's just post him for that, I think. 650. I'm going to post him. So if he sells, he sells. We've got him listed there. And then I don't know if there's some more zero chill guys coming. That's the thing. So I don't want to open the pack yet. I think if we can sell the guy and get the money back, the auction things will be relative in the auction house. And I'd rather have somebody I can sell after that could appreciate in value than use the snow on a non-49er that we might not keep. So what we'll have to do just real quick is we'll have to put Debo back into the lineup just to get our 49ers chems back. But yeah, we'll leave it there. If we get lucky and we sell Dion, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the store, and we're going to open this and hope Dion is in there. And then with Dion's money, we're going to buy a defensive tackle. Then we're going to get the left tackle out of this, and then we should still be at one. We should still be where we are now, 1.7 mil. And then we just need to look for either Creed Humphrey and if we're lucky and he drops to what we saw him for yesterday, we'd have 900k left. And then what we could then do is we could either sell Puny and buy the left guard, the right guard, and sell Puny, and then get Puny back for backup using this 90 overall. Well, no, we would use this, wouldn't we? Yeah, we would use that and get Puny. I mean, I think that's what we're going to do. To be honest, I think that we if we sell Puny 120 and we sell Aubrey 120, that's 200, and then we're going to build Elam as the other guy. And I mean, we could, in theory, build the defensive tackle champion and just stick a scrub in at middle linebacker too. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. That sort of feels right. And then players we know we're going to keep, we'll have as binds. But if not, the auction house is probably going to crash. I think that's the problem. I think that I hung on to Dion for too long. I shouldn't have bought him for that, but I mean, I like what I see. Let's just have a look on the auction house again. What Puny's going for? I mean, we bought him for 150, so it's not the end of the world. $117. So yeah. So right, we'll leave it there for now, guys. We'll keep an eye on things, and good luck with your presents. Let me know in the comments if you get something nice, and I'll catch you again later on. Merry Christmas.